Istungon jokayadega. Istungon jokayadega. Istungon jokayadega ga. Istungon jokayadega ga. Istungon jokayadega ga. Okay, look here. Somebody want to know this, so it's listen. Des are even so in like manner. The suffix even also. Tues, I am. So when you say Humbidaha Tues, I am cooking. Or Likidoes, I am running. Nordstoes, Nojitoes, I am sleeping. We are Tues. Tues, we are. Say, Humbidaha Tues. See, same thing, but we're saying we are. We're plural. Notchoduis, we are sleeping. Banduis, we are dancing. They are. Banaktawagas, they are dancing. Humbidahayaktawagas, they are cooking food. Dunga, it is or it's. Dunga, it is a cat. Ifadunga, it is a dog. Dunga, monomat, if it is. Baxinomat, maybe tomorrow, if it's tomorrow. Can't be done. Don't do that. Madoha, maybe it's that. Can it be that? Can it be that? Therefore, ga. Let's see, ga. Therefore, just don't go nathaga. Therefore, are you okay? Don't go nathaga. Be doing something. Mijida. Omida is the base word. When you say mijida, you can put mijida to do something or that's been done. Hombida hayat. Okay, you can make a mijas. That's what that is. Mijas. You do it, but do something. Okay. Moma. Is it so what that moma? Moit. Moma. Is it that? Momat. That is, it is done. Moment. It is, yes, and that can be used as and. Moment. Momas. But, though, although. I got some more of this too. I found some more. Momiga. Therefore, wherefore. Mayman. I say Mayman. Legaduis. He lives over there, or she lives over there. There. Maymat. That's a different. Mayma is like they live over there. Maymat. It's over there. Dalova Mayman. Legaduis. You can say Mayman or Maymat. I got a chat here. Just hang on. Okay. Man. There or rather. More like you can say, Dalofa man, Adwest, I am going to town instead. But I'd rather go to town than there. That's like, Dalofa man, Adwest, I'd rather go to town, or I am going to town. You made a decision. Okay, look here. This is our, let's see, today's Tuesday. This is our last week.
Mvhayv, Becky. Kalani do, guys. Still going to clear that.
Yeah, Jinda.
And you, Hedimahis.
Yeah, and then another word you could, this morning, it just came to me. Don't go na lekitsa.
My
coworker, Did you get up okay? And that just came to me, and I forgot all about that. Instead of saying, did you make it through the night?
Mhm.
Get up okay.
Because of my time, I've only been up for about an hour or 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Because
yeah.
this is 10 o'clock here.
Huh?
It's 10 o'clock here.
Oh, wow. And here we are. We're 2 hour difference then.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Anyway, I missed you, Amy.
I know. I missed her yesterday too. Uh,
Anyway, back to your schedule.
Starting, this week will be my last week, and then we're going to have a post camp. And this post camp, I got lessons ready though. I'm working hard on these lessons for the week after. So after this week, we'll take a 1 week break, and then we'll go on to, then we'll start having classes again. Okay. But so that's going to be, this is our last week, I believe in it. Our last week of classes. Okay, we did some different words here. This is different words 3. We shokha. Oh, we won. Yajiduis. We bofka. It's either one. My family called it we shokha. Hippopotamus likes water. We called it we shokha because of it. That's all my grandma used to say was we shokha. We both got, to me, they call it that, and it says it blows water. In our family, we met a whale. But either way, the situation environment will let you know what it means. We shoka, we both got, we won, yajiduis. We won. It likes water. Adami bajuksi dos. Bajuksi means wrecked, bashed in, dented, anything like that that's going in means bajuksi. The car is bashed in or the car is wrecked. Adami bajuksi dos. A bat is flying around. Duck faliliska. Get off those. Duck faliliska is bat. Get is flying off those around. I walked along the river. Abejijit. Abejijit means walking along something like a road, a trail, beside something, or following it. So if I say, Hachin abejijit, yagabayes. I walked along that means however the river was going. If it was a curve, I walked the curve. If it was straight, I walked along it. If it was really, really turning, I walked along that curve, that turn, that corner like a bejijit. Chulutka istinayo fejidos. Chulutka is a cricket. It's bothersome. Istinayo feji means it bothers you. It bothers you. Chulutka. Cholotka is a cricket. Miski, Kulipa is fireflies. Foliduis, it says fireflies comes out in summer. But here it's saying Miski, Kulipa, Foliduis, they're out in summer, or they're around in summer. The barn has hay in it. Dotto. Bahi, Adi, Kiduis. Bahi, remember I explained this. When we say doctor and barn, that's situation environment. We know if it's in the barn, we know they're bales nowadays because they store bales of hay in the barn. We know it's bales. Alikcha, Ethiduis. The doctor is good. Alikcha is a doctor, like a European doctor, okay? A European doctor. Dois is it is, like it is, or we, and that's where situation environment comes in. Alikcha hithi dois. Is that can go to is or right here. See right here. Tues. It's how you say it. And there was a few yesterday that we had trouble with, like Tues, like the mockingbird sings. You know, it has to. It has to do with situation, environment, and how it's told. And that's the hard part sometimes. But I'm gonna go through a lot of these, so we'll figure it out. Hilishaya, Ayibidos. Okay, doctor is Alicha, a European doctor. Hilishaya is a medicine maker. There's a difference. Our people, our medicine men, they make medicine. So it says Hilish, and the base word for Hilis is Hilishwa, is medicine. But the maker, see, because the tribal medicine men, they make theirs out of herbs and stuff. So they're medicine makers, but we call them Hilishaya. Hilishaya because they make Hilishwa. And somebody said a pharmaceutical can be too, you know, and my daughter is a pharmacist. So she can make it, but they're already made. She mixes them. Ain't that true? Mm-hmm. So either way, I guess, you know, it can be considered that. But so Hafisi Anadoxi teach the West. Anadoxi means looking up. And you just don't know how many times we use that word. We use that word when we're speaking, anadoxi. But, you know, we don't realize it. But you don't hardly hear this because there's not hardly any speakers around. Afalla is poison ivy. Afalla imbingaliduis. She's scared, is scared. Here we go with Tues, is scared of poison ivy.
Mvhayv.
Uh-huh.
Anaduxit, is that how you say it? Does that also mean, like in English, you say you're looking up to somebody, like you're respecting somebody? Is that just does it translate equally to that, or is it just looking at an object?
Looking at something, or looking at, you know, looking up at the moon, looking up at the stars, even looking up at a person. You know, I had a cousin, he was a starer. And my mom used to say, even on the doctor, she didn't like, he just looked up at him and looked, you know, just look up at him like a disrespectful way, you know. But you can say looking up at stars, looking up at anything on the doctor, and your neck goes like that, you know, kind of back, on the back, and looking at on the doctor. A lot of people don't use that anymore.
Mvhayv, could you, Haram, Okunayachidi.
Athisi Anadoxit Heach the West. He was looking up at the moon. He was looking up Anadoxit like that. Anadoxit Heach the West. Heach is short for heat. Uh-huh. Okay, Afalla is poison ivy. Afalla, you don't hardly hear that, and I don't know if anybody knows what Afalla is anymore. But and the reason we had a meeting out here outside, and there was poison ivy, and I was looking at it, and I told my husband just out of the blue, I said, Afalla. And he looked at me and then looked at it, and he kind of knew what I was talking about, just by what I saw. He said, poison ivy? I said, yeah, Afalla. The dress neck is pleated or gathered, and it's pretty. Hona nokwa bagichki, nito sidor. Hona nokwa bagichki, bigichki. Bigichki means gathered or pleated. And, you know, we used to make clothes like that. In fact, you know, I told him in the cuff of a Muskogee dress was pleated around there. It was pleated, but it had a cuff. It had a cuff, but it was pleated. Okay, when a word starts with ja, it shows ownership. I just threw this in there. Jimbunaga, o ja, onaga saleji ja, nak ojarshi. O Joshua, O Nai Duis. So right here, Ja, Onaga language, starting with things, owner, it tells. That's what it says. Ja does say that. When if you start a word with Ja, it means ownership. The little girl's hair is knotted or tangled. And you know, they don't hardly use this anymore. Chokchofki. Chokchofki. That means your hair is knotted, tangled, or even a rope is tangled. Swanaga chokchofki does. I'm getting tongue-tied. So my granddaughter, one of them, she's got, you know, all my kids, including the girls and the boys, they got long hair. So you can't tell them if they all stood back to back, they all got long hair, every one of them, except one. One don't have it, but the rest all got long hair. So if you stood, and if it wasn't for their body size and you stood up back to back, you don't know if they're girls or boys. So they're all like that. Chokchofki means tangled, knotted. It can mean a rope, anything that can get tangled up. And y'all ever seen a horsehair snake? That thing will just,
The one you were showing.
yeah, ooh, that thing gives me the willies. But anyway, it just tangles up, knots up like and I don't know what a horsehair snake is, to be honest with you. But our people my uncle used to tell me, he used to say that was the king of all snakes. In fact, that was the king of the water. That's how come they, you know, you see them when they come out in rain, they'll come out. We don't kill them. We don't kill them. We're very careful with them because we're scared of them. But you know, as little as they are, if y'all don't know what a horsehair snake is, look on the website. It'll tell you they're long and skinny, don't even look like they have a head. But my uncle used to tell me that is the real Dakwanaya, the real owner of water, the strongest snake there is. The strongest. And when you say Miko, he's it, the king. So that's what he used to share with us. And we used to be scared of it. And, you know, one time we found one in our bathtub. And, you know, every Creek person knows what it is, Muskogee people. So this little girl went in there and she come back out and she just pointed at it. You know, so my husband got a dustpan and put it on there and threw it outside, but we don't kill them. We don't mess with them. We don't play with them. Who can? You know, they knot up the way. They get me, I'm scared of those anyway, to begin with, just the way they curl up. But anyway, chokchofki means tangled. Look here. Right here. Road signs. You know, there's road signs. Dead end. Nini she going, Nini fikhunni. But let's start with here. Stop. When you see a stop sign, we say fikhunnas. It's saying fikhunnas, stop. Fikhunnas. Do not enter. Ajiyigot. Ajiyida is to go in. But ajiyigot, remember that suffix got? Can't be done. Don't do it. Ajiyigot, don't enter. Railroad crossing. Mitkilitka, idimi wilapkida. Mitkilitka, idi walapkida. Idi walapkida. Litka. Idi walapkida. That means railroad, where a train crosses. But that English is railroad, but in Muskogee, Mitkilika crossing, train crossing. It's a train crossing. Any questions on that? These are just road signs. Since it's almost time for class to end, we're just doing little we're little things. I posted this on Facebook. Walk That's you know, the hand comes down, walks, yagabas. Caution, in hurka. In hurka. Let's go back to dead end right here. Nini shigon. Nini is road. Sigon means no, no road. Or nini fikhunni. Road stops. Yield, mihage. Wait. Wait. Yes, sit there a little bit. Wait. Don't walk. Yagabigot. No right turn. Gibith, gabitha. This is supposed to be fatcha. Sigon. But put FV. FVCCV. Fatcha shigon. That means no. Gabitha's right. Fatcha means toward. There isn't any. No right. There's no going right toward the right. Okay. No left turn. Oh God. Oh, that's all. Kaskana fatcha sigon. That's supposed to be, I don't know if that was spell check or me. That's supposed to be the same thing right there, right there.
Probably spell check.
It might be spell check. Kaskana is left. No left turn. No turnaround. Isfulutkida sigon. Isfulutkida is the base word for isfulutkida is fulutkida. Fulutkida means to turn around like this, anything. But when you say isfulutkida sigon, there ain't no turnaround. No turnaround. There you can't turn around there. No parking. Darlegida sigon. Darlegida means to set it somewhere. They ain't nowhere to set anything. Darlegida sigon. Parking. Darlegida to set something there. So there is parking. One way. Ayida hamgoshin. Ayida means to go somewhere, but it's just one way. Ayida hamgoshin. One way to go. So these are street signs. And I just did this because I was like, one day I was just, we caught up with all our work. And I just sitting there and I thought, you know what? I don't see no street signs in Muskogee. So I started just thinking them up and writing them down. And there it is. Like stop. Big hundas. Dead end, nini shigon, nini fikhonen, nini shigons, no road. Nini fikhonin, the road stops. Do not enter. Ajibuk. Ajibuk. Yield mihagit. Railroad crossing. Mikilika idi walapkida. Don't walk. Yagabigo. Walk. Yagabas. Caution in hurka. No right turn. Kabitha facha shigon. Here goes that. Kashkana facha shigon. No left turn. No turnaround. Ishfulukida shigon. No parking. Dagalejida shigon. Parking. Dagalejida. One way. Aida hamgushi. So I just did it so that it'd be something different. Okay. Look here. Speaking phrases. This is kind of like what they speak like today in English. You know, just say, how's it going?
More like slang.
Yeah, kind of like slang to a point.
Yeah.
I changed some of them because they just didn't. You know, to me, like, what's up? You know, and what's up would be nagin duoga. Nagin duoga. That means, what you doing? But it can also mean, what's up? Because that's what it is, slang. So I kind of was going through these and kind of just, I was having fun with this too. So, how's it going? Istungon ataga. You wandering around okay? What's for dinner? Nagin yafkat mumbahania. What in the evening going to eat? And we're just, we're gonna go back over these boxy too. What's happening this week? Yeah, the jungle. Nagin do we did. This week, what is going on? Yeah, the jungle. Nagin do we did. Do you have plans for today? Nagin do wahancha mojanita. Or you can say mojanita nagin do wahancha. Either way, put mojanita in the front, it's gonna mean the same thing. Okay. Are you busy or free to chat? I heard that. Are you free to chat? And I don't speak that way in English, I don't say, are you free to chat? I don't even know if I'm courteous enough to ask that. But they'll say, are you free to chat or are you busy? To talk, you have time? Okay, this is what I ask all the time. Excuse me. Where are my keys? So each kada. But this saying, where are my keys? But this is saying, how about keys? Because if I walked in and I was looking for my keys, and if I said, so each kada, I'm asking somebody, how about the keys? You're not asking where. You're asking, how about the keys? But in English, in Muscogee, so each kada means where are my keys? See how this can change up? What are you up to this week? The dog with this boga dua hancha. Week ending, what you gonna do? The dog with this boga. This boga means the end of it, finished, over with. This boga dua hancha. Week ending, what you gonna do? This is just little things that I was doing, and I got some more coming. I got some fun things to do because we didn't speak this way. But nowadays English has changed. But we can still speak like them. We must go. It may not be the same, but look how diverse our language is. They don't have English has nothing on Muscogee language. You know what I'm saying? And we can even make it more dramatic in English. We can make anything, like duh. I don't even know what duh is. And some of them said, my daughters went through that, but what's but? And I would say, no, get what? And then my husband, he would play with them and they'd say, but. They'd walk around saying, blah. I didn't know what it was. And he'd say, hey, groovy man. They say, Dad, we don't want to hear it. Well, what's buh? You're saying buh,
Hey.
Yeah, we got that too. Our native people says a or e, a. And that's kind of like that, Yeah, I forgot about that.
I heard buh from the west part of Oklahoma, A from this side.
Really? Well, my daughter just say buh or duh, And I was like, we could say that too, just not in the same context. Are you keen? Are you keen to having lunch Saturday? Dajak Joshi, idin humbida jiaja. All it's saying is Saturday, you want to eat together. Look here, you're joking. You're joking? Iogitska. Are you kidding? Iogitska. And so if you'll say something to someone that I haven't heard this in a long time, but one of my friends, she passed away. She said, EOGSG. She'd say something, EOGSG, I'm kidding. You know, and she's gone now, but you know, she used to use that word gas. I'm just kidding, you know. Have you got much going on these days? Not me to the things to do a lot you have. Do you have a lot of things to do? That exactly saying, have you got much going on these days? You know, like I said, they don't have nothing on us. But we can say it more respectful, like, have you got much going on these days? Instead, we say, not me to the and it can be nice. You know, not like you're joking. You gotta be kidding, or you gotta be joking. We say, you know, good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Any questions? Do y'all like this? Things like this. Do y'all like this? Because somebody says they love it. Okay.
Amy shook her head.
This is great. All right. So see, you guys, you young ones especially, you know, you don't have to stay in that. Oh, I know, but oh. So see, this is something that we can say too. It says, how's your work going today? Today you work good? It says, today your work, is it good? You know, how's your work day going? It's, you know, it's, they have nothing on us. But, you know, we make it. You know, we can do exactly what the way they speak. Should we grab a bite to eat? Y'all ever heard that in English? You know, should we grab a bite to eat? Knock timbabit to wahania. Knock is something, timbabit. Why don't we eat a little something? Should we?
Mvhayv, how would you, what about saying something like, knock stones as homebit for luggage?
Yeah, that would be, let's eat something and go around. Let's eat a little something and go around.
Knock stones as.
Yeah,
Instead of like a full meal, you know, maybe grab a biscuit and run, you know.
you can say knock doors as homebi for luggage.
Mhm.
Knock doors as homebi for luggage. You know, let's eat a little something and then go around. You know, knock doors as homebi. You know, that, you know, there's all kinds of ways we can. You know, I was looking at English phrases, you know, and I was listening to them, and I heard them. I heard a lot on TV, because a lot of times I'll get home, cook my supper, and while they're eating, I'll go in there and just kind of relax a little bit before I go in, and they know that, so they don't bother me because their food's on the table, you know, and I'll sit there and I'm looking at world news or something, you know, and I'll grab phrases from there too, you know, I'll grab phrases from there, and I'll think, hey, that needs to be translated, so that's what I'll do. But this is something that you can use, you know, just use them, because this is, you know, this is something that we've always had, okay? And this right here, this is, to me, is something you can say. Ma, you can say, hey, there's no road there. You know, in fact, I hit one up. My granddaughter, she turned, our baby, the one that lives with us, one of them turned 13 today. And she will not let us forget. I'm going to be a teenager, she said. And I said, good. Your mama, good for your mama. And she said, I want to be a teenager, you know. And she's 13 today. And so, you know, this evening, they're gonna take her camping toward they're gonna float this past weekend. They're leaving the 27th to go float. And we're gonna come down there because she's gonna have a party at the campsite. And there's gonna be like 30 people there that's camping, and they rent a big old spot. Well, this past weekend we was looking for Jogos Haga. Jogos Haga is a tent. And we got one that sleeps like 10 people. We was out and we was looking everywhere for it. I don't know if it was found. I gave up. But Jogos Haga. Jogo, listen, they say Jogos Haga, but it's actually saying Jogo Ish Haga. That's a tent. And so we were looking for that, looking for canopies, because they rent this big old space for like 30 people. And they're all family. So we're gonna go down there, and they said, "Mom, you're gonna spend the night?" I was like, monks, you know, and they swim and they float down the river. Well, that's where they're gonna take her, you know. And there's families, and it goes from little kids to adults, you know. So, Hachin, Akabiya Handos, Abeji Egypt. They're gonna go down the river, following it. Egypt, along the river. Remember, we had that word, Egypt. Okay, so they cook out there on open fire, and they take turns because there's like, let's see, about 6 families out there. So one cooks breakfast, and then another one will cook supper or lunch, and then the next day somebody else will cook breakfast. And somebody else will cook supper, but they eat lunch in between, but they do fat like bologna and stuff like that during lunch. You know, they do sandwiches and stuff like that for lunch, but supper they cook. So they said, "We're gonna cook out there. Mom, you're gonna come out there and spend the night." I said, monks.
It's hot.
You know, they're gonna go out there. And so this little girl, she's gonna float down the river, you know, she's floated before. And she said, "Grandma, you're gonna have to spend the night." I said, "Monks." And she goes, "Why?" I said, "We na hoga. We na hoga." Bugs, little alive things, you know. And she goes, "They're not gonna hurt you." Because I said, "We na hoga." She said, "They're not gonna hurt you." And I said, you know, So this is, you know, so y'all guys, you know, this is just something, and I'll put that down. I'll show pictures of y'all camping thing here, and her birthday's today, so she's been texting me. But this evening we're gonna have root beer, because the party's Saturday, even though her birthday's today, and we're not gonna have nothing today, but we're gonna do root beer floats. Because root beer floats is our number one. We have them 4th of July. We have them, you know, we have root beer floats all the time. That's what they like, so that's what we're gonna have. Railroad crossing. Railroad is Mikilikanini. Railroad is Mikilikanini. It's gotta have Mikilika to have train. It's gotta have train. If you say Nini, you would say railroad, the railroad. But crossing, that's where it's crossed like this. And they cross. We have Mikilika is a descriptive word. Lika comes from litkida, to run. Mitki means it's burning. But way back, they use coal. They shoveled coal into it. That's why they call it mitki. Mitkilika. So this is that's descriptive. Okay. Ajigot. Ajid is the base word. Mihagit means weight, yield, weight. Gibitha is right. Gabitha means right. Anything right, right-handed, right foot. Gabitha. Facha sigon. Oh, fagida sigon. It's supposed to be fagida sigon. No left turn. Gaskana. Fagida sigon. This is fagida. We're supposed to be fagida. No turn around. Isfulukida is to turn around, but the base word is fulukida. So you say isfulukida means no turn around. No turn around. No parking. Remember, we didn't have cars. Daglegida means to set something down. But for us, it means parking. And that's where situation environment is. So if we're driving and it says daglegida, that means no parking because we're in the automy. We're in the automy. Parking, daglegida. We can set anything somewhere, but if we're in the automy, that means parking. One way, ayida hamgoshi. Ayida means to go. Hamgoshi means one, just one. One way. I remember, in Oklahoma City, God, they got nothing but one ways, and we went down a one-way street, and I screamed through the whole thing, and I was driving. One way. But then when nothing but one way. And I thought, man, to turn around in this parking area, went back the other way. I don't like OKC because of that, Okay, any questions? So look, remember these guys, these are something that, hamgoshi, even hamgoshi means just one. Okay, so you say, how many pieces of bread do you want? Hamgoshi, just one. See, you can use these. Nini. You travel on a nini every day. I do. I travel on nini every day. Mihage. They make me wait at a restaurant. Mihage. Wait. So I tell my kids, mihage. Wait. Especially when they're in a store. Their mother doesn't like take them to Walmart, and they follow me, And I'll say, mihage, because they'll say, hot chips. Mihage. And then when we get close, I'll say, go get it. Go get it. And they'll go and get their hot chips, but I'll say, mihage. Hot chips. I don't see how they eat them. One eats does jalapeno flavor. I can't even bite into it, but they can. Mikilitka. I see that all the time. Mikilitka. It'll pass by, and in fact, I like to watch them because of the graffiti on there. The graffiti on it is really, they're wild. I like it. You see it. Yagabas. Gabitha. You're right-handed or left-handed? Gabitha. And left side. Gaskana. This is everyday words, guys, or you see it every day. You can use them every day. There's these things that I'm teaching you is every day that you see. Every day. It's nothing strange that you're not learning something that's not. Okay. Now I don't know what snap is. Oh, she's a snap. Snap. Okay. Says, how's it going? How's it going? What's for dinner? Nagi yafkat hombahani ya. Listen to the tone. It's question, isn't it? Nagi yafkat hombahani ya. What are we going to eat now? What's for dinner? Here, dinner is evening, but we also call it supper. Okay. And lunch is lunch. Remember? Eat halwa. Eat halwa is lunch. What's happening this week? Yadadago nugget to widi. Yadadago nugget to widi. Nagin duwa hancha mojanita. Or mojanita nagin duwa hancha. Do you have plans for today? But this is saying, what are you going to do today? Are you busy or are you free to chat? Do you have time to talk? Means, do you have time? Where are my keys? So each gonna. What are you up to this weekend? Dajago, this bogat. Dajago is week. This bogat means when it's over, ended. This bogat duahansa. What are you gonna do? What are you keen? Listen to that. Are you keen to having lunch Saturday? But we don't have a word for keen, so all we can say is Dajakjoshi. It didn't home be that. Do you want to eat together Saturday? See, that's all it is. It's saying, do you want to eat Saturday? But here it says, are you keen to having lunch Saturday? You're joking. You're joking? Are you kidding? Have you got much going on these days? How's your work day going? Should we grab a bite to eat? Nagin din babik to wahanya. Naktin babik to wahanya. It's so much good, there's so many things you can do with this language. And that's why I got interested in it, because you can do anything. Whatever English can do, you can just about do the same. We might have some descriptive words, but it's still, these descriptive words, they mean our language. Even though they're descriptive, they made the language. Chiaja means, do you want? Idin hombida, look here. Idin hombida means together. Okay? Together. Two of you. Idin hombida. Chiaja means you want. But idin hombida, that idin beginning is hombida. The base word is hombida. But when you put idin, that means together. Okay? Eat together. Does that make sense? So that's what that is. And I have to explain that because, I hate not explaining that. Chiaja is do you want? Idin, remember, personal pronoun, third person. There's ja, ji, and Idin, hombida. That's where that beginning comes from. Okay, that's where the beginning comes from. Idin, hombida. Okay. Jimmy Diktangi. Diktangi. If you take this up, Diktangi means like a break or time, a break in time. Diktangi. Right there. If you take the Jim off, it's Diktangi. So when we say Jimmy, Jim Diktangi, that means Jimmy, like you, Jimmy. Remember, I said Stongo. It's like Jinda or Jimmy. You have a break or you have time. See, that's where these beginnings are coming from. And that goes back to Jaji, and E. First, second, and third. Okay. Person. Wanayida is to talk. Dajago is week. This boga, but here this says weekend. And it means the end of the week. So we say Dajago this bogat. The end of the week. When it's finished or ended right here, we can make that into weekend. This is a word, I don't know if I can explain. E-O-gas. E-O-gas. Ioges.
Mvhayv, Mamagatsa, Dajago, was that, what are you up to this weekend? Dajago is like the whole week then?
The whole week. Dajago means the whole week.
Oh, okay.
But if you say Monday, Tuesday, you say that, but the whole week means Dajago. All 7 days, Dajago is a week. That's what they call a week.
Mm-hmm.
They call a week Dajago.
Okay.
Does that
I just only thought it was Sunday, talking about Sunday.
Yeah, well, Dajagoji or Dajakjoshi. Okay. Dajagoji. Ajagoshi, Magirundo, that's Sunday. Ajagi means sacred. Or Dajagoji.
So, but when you're just saying Dajago, that means the whole week then.
The whole week, yeah.
Okay.
Any more questions?
The other one I thought about, Mvhayv, was Davatsan Abiyahani, when you were talking about road signs. Davatsan Abiyahani, like when you come to a fork in the road, or, are we going to go east or are we going to go west? Something like that.
When there's a fork in the road, you call it Yakpi.
Mm-hmm.
You can say Nini Yakpi a whole lot. When you get to the fork in the road, go to the right. You see what I'm saying? You can tell directions in there. In the lane. But like in the road, a fork, that's Yakpi. Nini Yakpi. So that's a fork in the road. When you get to the fork, turn right. Or Gustanafatchan, left side, go left.
Mm-hmm. But like when we were at the festival, Hungit Morgan said, so what's going to be a Hanatsa? Which way are y'all going to go?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, we're not at the fair or anywhere. Which way you want to go? Which way do we want to go?
Which way did they go?
Yeah. Which way? And that's looking for somebody.
Bonahangit Dokal get full in what and said, Stavachan more and a bolod abiyahana. And things like that, they're always talking, they don't talk a lot, but things like Davatan, and they use like short phrases, so I got to hear a lot of them talking like that too.
And it's understood, and then they lose their lips. My function, they'll use their mouth to point. And I don't know if that's just a native thing. I think somebody said it was. Because I haven't seen Stihetkis do it. But I've seen Stijadis, they'll point with their lips. And, I do that to my grandkids. And they're doing it now. My little grandson, boy, I'll tell you, that grandson of mine is a character now. I call him Cracker Jack. He does everything that we do. He likes to mow the lawn. If we're pulling grass, he'll let them pull grass with us. If we're weed eating, he wants to weed eat. And he told us to buy him a little lawnmower. So we bought him one that puts bubbles out. He didn't like it. He said, "This don't cut grass." But he likes to do anything. So if I point my lips, he does the same thing. And he's learned that. And his mother said, don't teach him that. I said, you do it. You're the one, you do it too. You just don't realize it, She said, oh. But this, I'm going to have more sentences. Now remember this week, Friday will be our last class. Thursday and Friday will be our last class. So we'll skip a week and then we'll come back that next in August. Okay, we'll come back. And and we're just gonna go through little things like this. I got a bunch of little things that I have. So we're just gonna go through little things like this. Oh, I know. It's about 5 minutes, but we're gonna call class today. My throat's getting dry. I can tell it. I start coughing. So anyway, Mado, everybody. Mado, Jigetsaget, Ajibahanes, Hasistika, Othigulunduesan. It's not time yet, but I'm gonna say, Mado, you just got this.
Mvhayv, real quick before you go, Rosemary, Maxie, and Daryl Proctor, Jimanegia this Magalungs, that next week when we're at Falls Creek, they're going to help me read for that video that we're going to do.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they'll be down there, so they'll help me with the reading.
You know that little Daryl Jr.? He's gonna be speaking soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We call him Mahi.
Uh-huh.
So we call him Mahi. Because he's Daryl Jr. and his dad's Daryl. He's Daryl. So we call him Mahi.
Because he is tall.
We call him Mahi by his
Mahi, no.
Yeah, his car tag says Mahi too.
Uh-huh.
We start calling him Mahi.
Mhm.
You could take any name and name a person. You know what? Mahi. We call him Mahi and he goes by it. We call him Mahi. All right then. Now.
Oh, I know. This.
Oh, I know. We'll see each other again. That means we'll see each other. Hadam nak either this, Kiti, Ihuaga, this nak Masakagim, this Yatanago, Ashahayana. I want to show things like little different things that I've done, like this. I've even done Wizard of Oz. I translated the movie Wizard of Oz. And it was fun, to do that, But you got Thor. But and so we did Three Little Pigs one time, and it sounded funny. The wolf said that. Yeah. Wolf get. And I might do that for y'all. Oh, I know, Mado, again. Are you best? Mado, everybody. It's still my outside. Mado, again. Are you behind us? Mado. What's going on?